Okay, we're going to do a fun video today. We are going to bring you along with us as we get ready to boondock.
Yeah, that means we're going to be leaving all of our wonderful plug-in stuff, all of our utilities, all of the power, water, sewer, hot tub, pool, and doing out without it.
We're going to go without. So we're planning on boondocking for about 3 weeks.
Yeah.
So we want to prep for it. So today is prep for boondocking day. Come with us and we'll show you how it's done. So the first thing I do when we're getting ready for boondocking is I clean the house, because cleaning the house, as you know, takes lots of water. So let's get it done, put the hair up, and get to work. The first thing I'm going to do is get the laundry going, because we have our own little washer and spinner here. So I'm going to get all the laundry cut up, especially the bed sheets and stuff like that, so that that's all cut up to date. So laundry first, and then the dishes. Let's go. Here's your corner there.
Yep. The last couple of days we took everything out of our garage and our basement and swapped most of the things so that our emergency stuff is on this side, so that if we're stalled, stopped, stranded, well, those all start with S's, on the side of the road, we can pull out our SOS stuff, which also starts with S, and take care of things without being hit by oncoming traffic. That's the idea. We put our road flares in there, we have our tools in there, we have our many other things in there also. So that was the purpose of that. And then everything on the other side is the things for setup, like the leveling jacks, the stabilizers, those kinds of things that aren't necessarily in an emergency. There you go.
Okay, so while I'm doing the dishes, Kent is actually going to zip onto his bike and head over to the grocery store, because I want him to get all of the stuff that I want to prepare ahead of time before we boondock. We've talked about this before in other videos. We'll link one or two of those up here in the corner. But what we're looking for is to prep things like that take lots of water. So things like washing vegetables, cooking raw meat. I might put together a stew tonight, or maybe some soup, put that in the freezer or the fridge. And that just makes it a lot easier when you're out boondocking to just have minimal meal preparation time, as well as making a mess. So, all right, Kent, you ready to head over to the store? Go get some groceries. We'll catch you in a few minutes.
I got just about everything I was asked to go get. Alright, I got your tomatoes, and I got your avocados, I got your peppers, I got your salad, I got your Jimmy Bean sage. It's not Jim Bean, it's Jimmy Dean sage. And I got $80 worth of chicken. Well, $9 worth. $9.01 to be exact. There you go.
All right, so the reason that we're defrosting the freezer right at this particular minute is because you want to make sure that it's working.
That's right.
And if it gets really thick in there, it might stop working, and then it will be out boondocking, and that's going to be a pain in the neck. So I'm like, you know what, let's just do it right now while we have power.
So we have power. We're going to use the hair dryer. We've already shut this off. I'm going to do this till the back area there is clear, and then I'm going to just wipe it up with that towel and be back in business.
And we are not going to get electrocuted, so be careful.
All right, so the freezer's defrosted. The fridge is getting filled up with good stuff. Things are being peeled and shelled and shacked or whatever and cut up, and, you know, spices going in here. Woohoo! The chicken's all cooked, just letting it cool down right now. But cooking creates, like, bag number 3 of garbage. And you don't want to be dealing with this kind of stuff hanging it around yourself, hanging it around in your trunk or your storage compartments if you're boondocking. So that's why we do this before we head out to boondocking. Got it? Now you know. It's packing up days, so we probably are in slow motion because it just always takes.
It does take forever.
Sometimes. All right. Especially when Lisa hasn't had coffee. Well, then I just go outside and let her do her thing because, yeah. Anyways, we're getting it ready for filming. I just got to put this together. I've already cleaned all the windows, and we're ready to go over and say goodbye to some friends in a few minutes. So I'm also emotionally all bound up, and then we're get to go to Costco and maybe one other grocery store and
hit the road, Jack.
Whatever that means.
So when you're getting ready to hit the road, you need to make sure everything is secure. So one great thing about boondocking is we never use our microwave. So I know that I can put stuff in there and not have to worry about dealing with it when we're on the road. So my kettle goes in the microwave because then it's safe and out of the way. And of course I do use the kettle while I'm boondocking, so just to clarify. And I'm just gonna finish up these dishes, clean the kitchen, and sweep and wash the floor, and then start packing up.
So I've already checked my oil level. I actually have added more oil. I also did some sealing. I sealed around there from the hole that we drilled when we were in Alberta. So that's been sealed. I also sealed that hole up there, and I also sealed a couple underneath from when we did the wire for the inverter. Oh, and then I went up on the roof and made sure that the wiring for the solar was a little bit even more secure than it was. It was totally secure, but I actually just improved a couple things.
When I was planning and dreaming for RV life, I always wanted to know, how do people put all their stuff away and how long does it take? So I'm just going to quickly walk you through what some of the things that I do to make sure that things don't fall over and make a big mess while we're driving. So everything on the counter just goes in the sink. And actually put this in here. A lot of people will say, do you have a list, like a checklist? And the answer for us is no, we don't. Should we have a checklist? Yeah, probably we should, but we don't. We just kind of wing it. And that's not necessarily recommended, but it is sort of like out of sight, out of mind. So when you see something and you're thinking, okay, that might fall over while we're driving, secure it so it doesn't fall over. And I'll tell you one thing, these guys, bungee cords, are your friend. Because we're going to be boondocking, we want to make sure that we have our paper plates ready to go, because that saves on water. And then I put a pillow in to make sure that it doesn't all bang around. That's done. This is done. These are done. Oh, actually I do want to secure this one. That one's good. Bathroom is done. So yeah, basically the idea is just make sure nothing is going to fall. So put everything in a spot where even if it moves around or you hit some big bumps, nothing is going to smash on the ground. And that's pretty much it. It does not take very long. Like, we're talking maybe 5 minutes, 10 minutes if I'm slow at it. it's all of the prep work for it. So it's cleaning the house and making sure everything is where it's supposed to be and put away first before you pack up to drive. So now we got to figure out what to do with that Christmas tree. All right, so that's basically it. We're ready to roll. I've got some laundry drying on the racks there. I've got making sure that my night tables are empty, there's nothing gonna fall, and the vent is closed. And then in here, you just gotta make sure everything is closed and secure. That's what the sink looks like there. This is bungeed on so this doesn't fall off. The bathroom is nice and secure. Nothing's gonna come off because of that. And the sink has stuff in it there. Definitely have to make sure that this is like totally locked, otherwise the stuff just flies out, which has happened before. I do make sure that all of my stove knobs are all turned to the off position before we're driving, just to double check and make sure that all of these things are off. I think we're ready to roll.
And get some like groceries.
Let's go get groceries, and we'll think about our friends, get groceries, and then hit the road, Jack.
So when I started RVing, I did not know much about RVing. So what I do when I am hooked up is you pull out your sewer line from here and you hook it to here. Now I did not realize that it actually, the head threads in. I did not know that for about first month or two. And finally somebody I know who said, hey, that threads in and it makes it airtight. And I'm like, okay, that changed a lot. So anyways, when I'm finished and I want to unhook that, first of all I drain the black tank, and then I drain the gray tank, and then I close the black tank, and then I close the gray tank, and then I put that hose back in there, and then I take off my fresh water line, and then the last I unplug from the pedestal and put my electrical cord away, and that's done now. And then I shove a old t-shirt in that hole, one of my rags, so that when we're driving down the road and if we're in a wet area, that it doesn't spill into my compartment down here. And we're actually ready to pull off right now.
Alrighty.
Hey, I'm always happier when we've got our groceries. I don't know why. It's like, come on, it's moving day. We gotta get this all done. Why was I grumpy? I don't know. Task oriented, I guess. Task master, and then we got groceries.
Yes, and the reason we have to get groceries on moving day is because we don't have a toad. So moving day is a full day. We have lots to do.
Yeah.
So so we just got our groceries from Aldi. I think we're gonna swing by Winco and get a couple of more grocery things. Yep. And then we'll be hitting the road. So thank you so much for watching our fun video about packing up and getting ready to roll.
Hey, my name's Kent.
I'm Lisa.
And we're Living Light RV.
We're grabbing life by the tail. We hope you guys are as well, and we will see you next Thursday.
I was gonna say that part.
Oh, well, you didn't. Go ahead.
Hey, see you next Thursday.
Have a great week, you guys.